no better feeling than plunging... Unless you accidentally uproot a baby mandrake. I did 26 hours of homework last week.
Let me guess. Catching up on history of magic?
How did you know?
By the disappointed look on Bince's face every time he sees you. I think you're breaking his heart.
That's far too much responsibility for one person to bear. Besides, I'm sure you're warming his heart. When you stood up and answered his question on the werewolf code of conduct, I swear he shed a tear.
I don't mind Bince if I'm honest. People moan about him, but he doesn't mean anyone any harm. Not like Howin.
Howin doesn't mean anyone any harm. What are you talking about?
She certainly means me harm. It's a wonder she hasn't put a basilisk under my desk.
Do you think she's still annoyed that you answered her back that day, over the puff
We've never been the same since.
I was a bit surprised. Answering garlic back would be one thing, but Howin, you're lucky you made it out alive. You'll simply have to be more polite to teachers in future.
Yes, lesson officially learned. Oh, meant to ask, can I copy your herbology notes about privet?
There was literally one thing she said about it. How could you not note it down?
I was working on history of magic.
In herbology? Fine, but be forewarned. I mainly drew a picture of a bush. I think Defendo should be taught in the first year. Why stave off the mayhem?
I'm not looking forward at all to learning about the Snargaluff. There's a reason that thing has thorns.
I mistook a Snargaluff pod for a puffer pod the other day in herbology. Won't be making that mistake again anytime soon.
Personally, I think if the thing you're best at is herbology, it means you're soft-hearted.
Garlic asked me to explain to the class the main use of plants. I said picking them. What? Powers should be kept in the oldest pureblood families, like the Blacks. Wouldn't want riffraff running things. That's what my mother says.
Do you suppose Black's children are as condescending and ill-tempered as he is?
I thought Professor Black would get rid of all the Muggle-born students. Too much to hope for, I suppose.
The headmaster hates everyone who isn't a pureblood Slytherin.
I'm glad there's a Slytherin in charge of the school, willing to make the hard decisions.
Does Professor Black have children of his own? Poor things if he does. I wonder what animal I'd be if I was an animagus. Wouldn't mind being a cat. Or an orumpent.
I should think there's an entire ward in St. Mungo's for transfiguration accidents.
Arthur Six tried conjuring a pillow the other day. Ended up with a hedgehog. Not terribly comfortable to sleep on, I'd imagine.
I wish I was a metamorph magus. Imagine being able to change your eye color depending on your mood.
Transfiguration has always come easily to me. I suppose some minds are more suited to it than others.
I'd hate transfiguration if it wasn't for Weasley. She definitely takes the fear out of it, and that's saying something.
Human transfiguration is dangerous. Charlotte Morrison had to go to the hospital wing last year. Got stuck with fox ears. Improvement, I thought.
I love switching spells. Swapped my brother's treacle tart for a fish pie once. He still won't eat around me.
I'm not entirely in agreement with what you're saying, but I do see your point.
I think rules against beasts in the dormitories should be enforced, just because it was a puff scheme.